So, what do clients want during a conversation? Here's the big question. Do they want you to control the conversation, or should you let them control the conversation? Should the salesperson control the conversation, or should you let the prospect control the conversation? What do you think the prospect wants? The answer is they want you to control the conversation. Now, let me define control, because control does not equal dominate. Dominate is where you're just so overwhelmingly powerful in the conversation that the customer has no breathing room to insert their needs or their wants into the conversation. That's not what I'm talking about. Control the conversation basically means you're guiding the conversation. You're doing most of the talking. By most of the talking, I'm talking it could be 51 to 49% in your favor as a salesperson. So again, I'm not talking about dominating, talking for 95% of the time, and they only speak 5. That's not what I'm looking at. I am saying that you should have a little more talking time because your job is to clarify and guide that conversation. Now, when I say control the conversation, again, I'm talking about asking great questions. This is the key. If you ask great questions, you really don't have to talk a lot. You can control a conversation through great conversations. But again, think about what the client is looking for. The client is reaching out to you. For example, it's an inbound lead. Client reaches out to you. They've done some research, as I've talked about before in my other podcast. They've reached out to you. They want answers. They want clarification, confirmation, or the confidence to make a buying decision. And what they want from you is that guidance, which is why it's okay to take control of the conversation. And again, we're letting them believe they're in control, but we as salespeople, we know more than that. You know that old adage, the customer knows best? No, they don't. In many cases, they don't. Why? Because you're the expert. You know your product. You know what's out there. You know the options. You're the domain expert. You're the one that has the expertise. They're looking for you. It's almost like saying, when a patient comes in, the doctor doesn't know as much as the patient. That's kind of what we're saying when we said that the customer knows best. No, they don't. It's like the patient doesn't know best. That's why they go to a doctor, right? It's almost like if you walk in to do brain surgery, right? You think the brain surgeon is going to say, well, tell me what you want to do. Tell me what you feel like doing to your brain. No, the brain surgeon is going to take the fMRI scans, whatever they may be, run the tests and decide what's going to happen. Then explain to the customer, here's what's going down. Here's why it's going to happen. Here's why we need to do it. And here's why we're going to do it now. This is what they want. They want you to imbue that confidence in them that says, this is the right decision, and here's based on my expertise. In other words, you're going to explain from your point of view what you know, demonstrate your domain knowledge of whatever subject you're on, and let them know that you understand what's going on. See, when customers know that you understand, that you get them, you understand their point of view, you understand what they're going through, you have the expertise, that you're demonstrating the expertise, you have their best interest in mind, then they'll listen to you. You're the domain expert, not them. So does the customer know best? No. Listen to me, no. That's like old school thinking. Customers have a lot of information, but the problem is they're overwhelmed with information that they don't know right from wrong. They don't know there's so much information out there. There's so much new research coming out all the time. They're not keeping up. They're looking to you to help them clarify their confusion. Keep that in mind. They're looking to you to be the domain expert. So should you take control of the conversation? Of course you should. Now again, don't dominate the conversation, control it, guide it, move it in a direction that's going to help the client value for value. But at the end of the day, you're the expert. They're looking to you to help them make that buying decision. And on that note, this is Victor Antonio with another Sales Influence Moment, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you guide the conversation and you know how. Take care.